Day 4. The taps are dry. The water stopped flowing yesterday, but you thought it was temporary. It's not. Chemical spill upstream, infrastructure collapse, contamination from flooding, doesn't matter why. What matters is you're staring at the last bottle of water in your house and your throat is already starting to burn. You have 3 days. That's how long humans survive without water. Not weeks like food, not hours like air. 3 days. And on day 3, you trade everything you own, your car, your savings, your wedding ring, for a gallon of clean water. Except nobody's taking your money because money doesn't purify contaminated water. Money doesn't create water from nothing. Money is worthless paper when the taps run dry. The people who survive aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who stockpiled the boring items that turn dirty water into drinkable water, that collect water from sources others don't know exist, that store water when everyone else assumed the taps would flow forever. In the next 6 minutes, I'm showing you 10 everyday items that become more valuable than your bank account when clean water is gone. Items you can buy right now for pocket change that will keep you alive when your wealthy neighbor is dying of dehydration, surrounded by money nobody wants. Quick question. How many ways do you currently know to purify water without buying bottled water? Drop a number in the comments, because the gap between people who know multiple methods and people who think boil it is enough is measured in who lives past day 7. Item 1. Unscented bleach. A gallon of unscented household bleach costs $3. 8 drops purify 1 gallon of water. 1 gallon of bleach purifies 9,000 gallons of drinking water. That's 25 gallons per day for an entire year from a $3 bottle. Chlorine kills bacteria, viruses, and parasites in water within 30 minutes. 8 drops per gallon, 16 drops if water is cloudy or very cold. Wait 30 minutes, done. The water tastes like pool water, but it won't kill you, and tastes bad stops mattering on day 2 when your tongue is swelling from dehydration. Most people don't know this. They know boil water, but they don't know bleach works when you can't make fire, when fuel is gone, when boiling isn't possible. The person with stockpiled bleach has purification capability when everyone else is drinking contaminated water and shitting themselves into dehydration within 48 hours. Storage. Bleach degrades over time. Buy fresh, rotate every 2 years, keep sealed, away from light. 5 gallons of bleach costs $15 and purifies 45,000 gallons of water. That's insurance for you and bargaining power with neighbors who didn't prepare. Item 2. Coffee filters. Box of 200 filters costs $4. They remove sediment, debris, and particulates from water before purification. Not purification alone, but critical pre-filtration that makes purification work better and prevents you from drinking clarified sewage. Water from ditches, puddles, rivers during collapse is full of dirt, leaves, dead things, chemical runoff. You can't just add bleach to mud water. You filter first, removing visible contamination, then purify. Coffee filters do this. Stack 3 filters, pour water through, collect cleaner water below, then treat with bleach or boiling. Alternative use: makeshift mask material, wound covering, fine straining for foods, but primary value is water pre-filtration. $4, 200 uses, the difference between water that makes you vomit and water you can treat effectively. Item 3. 2-liter plastic bottles. Free. You're already buying soda or water in these. Stop throwing them away. When water stops flowing, containers become critical infrastructure because you need storage for clean water after purification and transport for dirty water before treatment. 2-liter bottles are perfect size for solar disinfection. Fill with water, place in direct sunlight for 6 hours. UV radiation kills pathogens. Clear bottles, strong UV light, works when you have no fuel and no chemicals. Ancient technology that costs nothing. Storage capacity matters. Average person needs half-gallon daily minimum for drinking. Family of 4 needs 2 gallons daily. You need containers for week's supply minimum, 14 gallons, plus containers for collecting, treating, and storing ongoing water.
That's 30+ 2-liter bottles, providing infrastructure everyone else is desperately searching abandoned houses to find. Item 4. Large plastic buckets with lids. 5-gallon bucket costs $4 at hardware store, holds 5 gallons, obviously, but more importantly, creates improvised water filter system and bulk storage that keeps water clean for days. Gravity filter. Drill holes in the bottom of the bucket, layer gravel, then sand, then cloth, set over second bucket, pour contaminated water through the top. Water filters through the layers, collecting clean below. Not perfect purification, but removes major contamination before chemical treatment. Ancient system that works. Also, waste management when toilets don't flush, food storage, sealing supplies for moisture. But primary value is water infrastructure. 10 buckets costs $40, provides 50-gallon storage capacity, plus filter building materials. Item 5. Iodine tablets or drops. A bottle of 50 tablets costs $8. Each tablet purifies 1 liter. Bottle purifies 50 liters. Not as cost-effective as bleach, but more portable, longer shelf life, works in situations where bleach doesn't. Iodine kills what bleach kills, but stays potent for 5+ years without degradation. Drop 2 tablets per liter, wait 30 minutes, done. Tastes terrible. Pregnant women shouldn't use it long-term, but it works when nothing else is available, and it fits in your pocket when you're evacuating. Military uses iodine for field water purification. Preppers ignore it because bleach is cheaper. Smart preppers have both because redundancy keeps you alive when primary method fails or runs out. Item 6. Plastic sheeting or tarps. 10 by 10 tarp costs $12, collects rainwater, creates solar stills, provides emergency shelter. In water crisis, it's a primarily rainwater catchment system that turns a roof into a reservoir. Stretch tarp at an angle, weight corners, position collection bucket at low point. Rainfall hits the tarp, runs to bucket, you collect gallons with 0 effort. 1 inch of rain on a 100-square-foot tarp collects 60 gallons. 1 storm solves weeks' water needs if you have collection infrastructure. Solar still? Dig a hole, place container in the center, cover with plastic sheeting weighted in the middle. Moisture from the soil condenses on the plastic, drips into the container. Slow production, but creates water from nothing in desert conditions. Most people think, I'll just collect rain in buckets. No tarp, rain hits a small opening, you collect ounces. With tarp, same rain fills every container you have. $12 tarp is the difference between dehydration and abundance when it rains.
Item 7. Water purification straws. $20 straw filters 1,000+ liters. Personal filtration in your pocket works instantly on any water source. Drink directly from stream, puddle, toilet tank. Removes bacteria and parasites immediately. Not for bulk home purification, too slow, but evacuation insurance when larger systems fail. Lost, contaminated source, need immediate hydration, straw keeps you alive when waiting 30 minutes for bleach isn't possible. 1 per family member. Lightweight, lasts years, works when everything else is gone. Item 8. Aluminum foil. $3 roll boils water faster by reflecting heat, creates improvised containers, builds better solar stills. Wrap pot in foil, water boils faster using less fuel. Critical when fuel is scarce and you're boiling gallons daily. Shape foil into a cone, collect dew at night. Water condenses, drips to collection point. Slow, but creates water from humidity when no other source exists. Desert survival technique requiring only foil and patience. Item 9. Portable water filter pump. $60. Filters thousands of gallons. Hand pump forces water through ceramic filter, removing everything dangerous. Works on rivers, ponds, puddles, flood water. Produces clean water faster than chemical treatment. Pump a gallon in 5 minutes, ready immediately. When you need bulk clean water fast, hand pump saves hours daily.
Trade value is enormous because most people don't have them. Your pump becomes a community resource you control and charge for. $60 becomes an ongoing income stream when currency is water access. Item 10. Knowledge of local water sources. Free. Costs nothing except time learning before a crisis. Worth more than any item because knowing where water exists means you have supply when others die of thirst searching randomly. Storm drains lead to water mains. Water heaters hold 40-plus gallons. Toilet tanks have clean water. Pools and hot tubs are thousands of gallons needing only purification. Rivers, streams, ponds, wells, where are they? Which flow year-round? After studying real water crises, one pattern shows up. The people who knew where water was before never panicked during. I left a simple 72-hour blueprint in the pinned comment. It's there if you want to go deeper. The reality. 10 items. Total cost, $120. Most you already have or can acquire free. These solve the problem money can't solve when infrastructure fails. The wealthy person with $100,000 dies of dehydration on day 5. The prepared person with $120 survives indefinitely because they have capability, not currency. Your $3 bleach is worth more than your neighbor's Rolex when taps run dry. Your free plastic bottles are infrastructure he'd trade his car for. Your knowledge of water sources is information he'd give everything to access. Now here's my question. Which of these 10 items do you already have? Count them up and drop your number in the comments, because the gap between people who have 8 of 10 and people who have 2 of 10 is measured in who's controlling water access and who's dying of thirst surrounded by worthless money. And if you want to keep learning what actually matters when systems fail, subscribe, because every video identifies the gap between what people think they need and what actually keeps them alive. Water is life. The items that create water from contaminated sources are worth more than gold when taps run dry. You can have those items, but only if you get them now, before everyone else realizes clean water is gone and it's too late to prepare.